everybody, welcome back to another review of Marvel Legends. This time I will be reviewing Green Goblin. Now this figure is actually for the whole Spider-Man Retro line or wave or whatever. I don't know what's the better way to word it, but let's just move on. Now I'm not going to bother, I'm talking about his origin story because the first Spider-Man movie basically took care of that. I will say when he first showed up in the comics, he first appeared as the Green Goblin in The Amazing Spider-Man issue 14 in 1964. He made a first appearance as Norman Osborn in The Amazing Spider-Man issue 37 in 1966. Now, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I heard there was some kind of argument between Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, because one of them wanted their origin to be someone else, one of them wanted to be someone that they already know, and I heard because of this it caused their friendship or work relationship to disintegrate. And basically, Steve Ditko quit and left, and John Romita came in, or maybe some other artist, I don't know. I don't know if John Romita Sr. was the artist that came after Steve Ditko, I'm not sure. Anyway, he did eventually die the night that Gwen Stacy died storyline, which was in 1973, I think. And he stayed dead for a long time, all the way up to 1995, I think. Although it's later been retconned that he was alive this whole time and he was hiding out in Europe. And during that time, Harry Osborn took on the mantle of Green Goblin. But, the Green Goblin is probably the most, unhinged supervillain. He would probably be the Joker's best friend. For Norman, he did not only became Green Goblin, but he also became Iron Patriot. During the end of Secret Invasion, he also had his own Avengers, the Dark Avengers. He even had his own shield called Hammer. Eventually became a bad guy again, although he was always a bad guy to begin with. Eventually, during Dan Slott's run in Spider-Man, his shitty run, he bonded with the Corner symbiote and became the Red Goblin or the Red King. Then, in recent years, he became the Gold Goblin, where he's a good guy. Yeah, I'm not too big on the current Spider-Man run because lately it's been, in a few recent years, it's been very shitty. So I haven't exactly been following that. All I heard that he's a good guy now. He's go by the Gold Goblin, and so that's it. That's all I got for right now. So with that being said, let's zoom in. So here's the Green Goblin. Oops. I'm not gonna bother reading this. So if you guys want to pause it, by all means, be my guest. Let me know when you guys are done. Okay, I take it that you guys are done. So let's go down and zoom in here. As you can see, here's Spider-Man, here's Electro, here's Peter Parker, here's Gwen Stacy, and here is Daredevil in his 90s armor. If I ever get my hands on Daredevil, I'll explain his armor suit eventually. So with that being said, let's take this figure outside the box. Alright, so here he is outside of the box. Now I just want to point out this is the classic version. The reason why I say classic, because those are the colors that he wore in the comic books. The lighter shade of purple, the lighter shade of green. Very reminiscent of what he wore at the time, the colors he wore at the time. And I just also want to point out this is actually a repaint of the Sandman wave from 2017, I think. I kind of forgot what year, and it doesn't really matter. The only difference is they gave him a new head sculpt. And that's pretty much about it. So here he is next to Hobgoblin. Okay, so the head can go all around, it can swivel. The head can go up and down. It can even tilt to the side. So that's good. Alright, so the arm can go up and down. There is some limitation here because due to is it chainmail or scales? So there's some difficulty, raising his arms up. Well, raising his shoulders up. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, I guess you can. I stand corrected. Alright, so the arms can swivel all the way. Now, his elbows are double hinged, so you can do this. I'm sorry that my thumb's in the way. And hopefully you'll be able to see this. Alright. Like I said before, double hinge elbows. You can do this, do that. Now, His forearm does not swivel, but his hand does. 360. Alright. It can do this. It can go up and down, around. The abs can crunch backwards, forwards. The waist can swivel, 360. Alright, so the thigh can go this way. The leg can go somewhat backwards. It can also go forwards too. The thigh or leg can swivel. No, it does have double hinged knees, so it can do this. That's cool. The boot can swivel. The feet can swivel too. It can go forward and backwards too. So, since I got the articulation for this figure taken care of, let's get on with the accessories. Alright, so here's the accessories. We got a Goblin glider. We got a head sculpt for Norman Osborn. We also got a pumpkin bomb that looks like it's about to explode any time now. So let's take a look at the glider first. As you can see, it's nice to know they didn't half-ass it. You know, they actually sculpted, well, it's not exactly the best looking glider, mind you. But, you know, it's nice to know they actually, you know, went out of the way to sculpt this on. I don't know what you call it. So I thought that was pretty good. Look at the tailpipe. So that was pretty good. Let's make this clear. The paint job is decent. The battering ram looks nice, although it would have been nice if they were sculpted eyes, or at least painted eyes on it. Alright, so here's the alternate head, Norman Osborn for Green Goblin. As you can see, we're pretty good with the detail of this figure. You can definitely see the wrinkles. And it would make sense because Norman Osborn's on wants to be Peter Parker's father. So, yeah. Also, if you look at his hair, they actually sculpted it on and painted it on, so that's good. And speaking of which, like, who still has this hairstyle these days? I mean, like, this might have been a popular look in the 60s. I mean, is this even a real hairstyle? I never, like, understood this even as a kid. So there's that. They did a good job painting the eyes correctly. So it's nice to know they didn't half-ass it. So that's pretty good. So here's the pumpkin bomb, and it looks like it's ready to go. So, you know, I don't really have that much to say about it. You know, it looks decent. The sculpting's decent. So this was pretty nice. So, since I got that taken care of, let's get on with the good and bad for this figure. Alright, so let's start with the bad. If you look at his eyes, you can definitely tell he looks very spaced out. It makes it hard to tell, like, who or what the house he's looking at. So, they didn't actually do a good job of doing his eyes. You know, he looks like he's fucking cross-eyed, so, you know, it's hard to tell. So, it's almost like they got lazy and decided, you know, to paint it on real quick and, you know, go for lunch or go to the bathroom. It's almost like they were in a hurry. And they probably didn't think anybody would notice, but we notice. We notice. So, here's another thing to add to my list of complaints. If you look at the hand and the pumpkin bomb, I have a hard time, like, trying to get it to sit, and, you know, it just keeps falling off. Now, I'm not sure either this is because of the hand sculpt or the pumpkin bomb, but, you know, they could definitely do a better job, you know, with the hand. So here's another thing to add to my list of complaints. This figure does not have enough accessories. It would have been cool if it had alternate hands, where one of them is a closed fist, or the other one where he has his, where he points his index fingers. Because in the comic books, you know, he shoots his index finger to electricity at people and to shock people, and not certain animals. And yes, I'm talking about you, Piss on Piker. Also, another thing to add is, you know, it would be kind of cool if it comes with another pumpkin bomb that's not ready to go off. And also for another accessory that would have been cool, it would have, like, you know, a masked, you know, accessory that's not worn. You know, that would be kind of cool. Okay, here's another thing to add. They could make the glider just a little bit bigger. You know, this is just me. I'm pretty sure most people don't have a problem with it. I just would prefer to have a bigger glider. So for the good, the articulation for this figure is pretty decent. The paint job is good. The sculpting is phenomenal. If you look at the head sculpt, which is new, the creases for his hat is cool. I mean, they put a lot of detail in this hat. You can see the steam, the creases, the wrinkles. You can even see the wrinkles on his forehead and the ears. And I probably said it already, but I don't care. We'll just pretend I didn't say that. I mean, this is a great figure to have if you missed out on the last Green Goblin figure that came out around 2017. So if I were to rate this figure, you know, I probably would at least give it, what, like a 7 out of 10? So if you guys like this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment, and tell me guys what you think. Also tell me what you want to see in the future and subscribe to more videos, and please click on notification so you guys will know when the next video is out. And also check my Instagram because I'm mostly active there. So with that being said, happy Halloween, guys. I'm not going to bother do the whole character origins for the character. God damn it. Kind of caused Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's friendship or work relationship to deteriorate. Alright, so let's start with the head. Here's... fuck. I never know... Fuck. It's good if you don't have a Green Goblin figure, and I fucked it up. They actually went out of this way. Fuck. You know, they added... They made all their... Fuck. So here's a good close-up of Green Goblin's new face. Like I said before, this is a new head sculpt for a repainted Green Goblin. Fuck. It's another thing to paint it on, so that's a good... You know, that's good over there. God damn it. Okay, so the thighs can swivel. Like I said, this is pretty thick. I don't mean it like that, guys. Like he's able to blast people, you know, shock people with his hands, you know, with his index finger. And I'm probably going to have to do this again. God damn it. Hands is where he points his index finger. So in the comic books, you know, he shoots his index finger to shoot. Fuck. It's pretty good. I have no real complaints with this figure other than a minor few. Fuck, I fucked it up. So you guys want to know the next video is out. And also check me on in. Fuck. There. So with that being said, have a good morning, have a good night, have a good afternoon or a good night. And I fucked up this take. Get a notification so you guys know the next video is out. And also check me on Instagram because I'm most fuck. And also tell me what you guys find. Fucky fuck.